I can't help it, dude. I can take you want to see her right now. I can take her see her right now.
I don't. Wow, that's pretty good,
Yeah,
man.
it's really good. I can take her see her right
Okay,
now.
but we live right now, man,
Turkey
and
leg.
we had some technical difficulties.
Turkey
That's
leg.
why we. That's why we showed up a little bit late, man.
I'm a turkey leg.
What are you talking about, dude?
Turkey leg. You had your lunch.
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
You ain't had your lunch yet. I had my lunch.
All right, man. Uh, welcome to BMVTV. This is October 26th, 2018. All right, you have a couple brothers here ready to share their mind. To the left of me, we got Quest 07. What's up, brother?
What's good, man?
What's going on with you, dog?
You know me, another week down.
Another one down.
Yep.
Before you know it, it'll be another one up. You dig? On the
Yeah,
right
man.
side of me, your left, big motherfucking country. What's going on, man?
I got the deacon napkin. I ain't know I had the deacon napkin.
Are they where they sell the deacon napkins at?
You know they only fold a certain way. They only.
Oh, you gotta go to school to learn how to fold the
Yeah, there you
deacon
go.
napkin. Because that's a good deacon napkin
Yeah.
right there, ain't it?
Yes.
especially when the fold came. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh man. It's almost a pasta napkin. Like a southern
No, I got the deacon.
an eastern southern. Okay, it's all in the pat though.
Yeah, go. You can't to the almost knockout point. Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez.
that's crazy as hell, man. Yo, we got some serious news, man. It's some serious shit going down in the United States.
Yeah, I've
Nowadays.
been trying to turn a blind eye to a bunch of stuff, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
It's easy. It's easy to be real, to try to look away. Then you don't have to worry. But once you know what the fuck is really going on, man, you gotta be concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, let's get the light shit out of the way. Megyn Kelly's show was canceled after blackface comments.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of
I
it.
didn't. At first, I didn't understand what had happened. I just heard. I'm like, why they canceling this lady's show? They must be trying to put somebody in place. But I didn't understand what she had said or requested or what she was going to do.
Yeah.
And when I found out about it, I just completely laughed. We have to stop giving energy to shit like this as people.
Yeah.
Let them, if people want to dress blackface, have at it. Let them do whatever it is that they need to do to satisfy whatever it is they need to satisfy. Because that's just shit, just banana.
Yo, what up, fun? What'd you say about that question?
I don't know. I mean, I understand both sides. You know what I mean? Big country, you do make a valid point. If you don't react to it, then more likely they'll stop. Because obviously they do it to get a reaction, but at the same time, they need to be respectful of, like, there's so much racial tension in the country, and obviously the history we have as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously knew. She knew that they used to make fun of black people back in the day like that. With the extra red lipstick, the blackface. So she knew what was going on. So for her to sit there and try to act like she was oblivious to that fact was like, it was pathetic. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the snippet that I watched, I don't think it was excessive, because they were talking about like Halloween or whatever, and she was just like, I really don't see anything wrong with it. She really didn't go in all the way. I didn't think that they would cancel her show, whatever, behind it. But I don't know, whatever, man. Some people are sensitive to it versus some are not.
Yeah, to me, man, all the whole shit is bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, y'all. This is America. All right. Ain't nobody here that's from here but those people that was from here. So nobody can really claim.
Right. Just like the meme I saw earlier.
Like this. Hold on, man.
This is a nation of immigrants.
Right. Exactly, dude. Exactly. So, as we progress in time and racial tensions are supposed to be, excluding Trump,
Mhm.
are supposed to be fading away. Like there's more interracial marriages and everything is more accepted than it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But people are just taking shit too serious. Like if you look at places like China, you go down the street, crowded downtown street in China, everybody looks Chinese.
Right.
But when you go down a crowded street downtown in a urban area in America, everybody is everybody.
Look like a cesspool.
You're gonna see blacks, whites, Asians, Latinos, everybody walking because that's America. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna see
So
a chick
I said
named
all
Frank.
that bullshit to say, and it wasn't bullshit, but I said all that to say is that if these new, accepting children come up saying, I want to be Blade, they white as snow, and they like, I want to be Blade because Blade is my hero, blah blah blah, and that just, and I'm gonna speak in like 1%, a little bit white ignorance in that.
Yeah, what they were saying was just go
Not
get a
just
Blade,
not
just
knowing
go get
what's
a Blade
racist
costume.
and what's not. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
A lot of white people are just don't know no fucking better.
Well,
They're
see,
just ignorant.
Yeah, here's the thing. They were saying just go get a Blade costume. That's cool. But at the same time, they was talking about, like, for an example, they brought up like college campuses. They said it's a bunch of white kids for Halloween that dress up as black people with gold chains, gold teeth, play
Yeah, that
hip
shit
hop
looks
and stuff
bad
like
as
that.
hell, dude.
That's racist because they're using Halloween as a excuse or justification to kind of show how they really truly feel, like take advantage or whatever the case may be. It's like, all right, like same thing. Like for me, I don't know. To me, I thought it was a stretch when I see people wearing nun outfits.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
this is
Wow.
Halloween. Like, what are you doing?
But that's divine, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I
at the
don't care
same
what
time,
it
it's
is,
like,
yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, we live in a time now where everything is overly sensitive. You really can't do anything
Yeah.
anymore.
I
So
thought it was overblown. I don't know. Maybe she was blonde. Maybe she racist. I don't know. Who care? I never heard of this lady before this damn story.
exactly.
I feel
So
you.
I thought it was a publicity stunt, but then they just straight up canceled her show.
I didn't know. I watch the news every morning. I get to work, cut the news on,
Really?
and I wing myself off the nigger newspaper, and I'm very proud of that.
Been trying for a decade.
No, I've done it. I have not been on there. I have not been on there in the past couple of years. Because it's depressing, and this is the reason
He's talking about world star
I'm
people.
about to get into it. This is the reason why I've been trying to say we need to stop blaming somebody because we let them do whatever to us, current or in the past. People like to fall out, about the nigger word still. Stop giving it energy. I'm sorry. Stop giving it energy, and it won't be what it is. Ice Cube came out and say that's our word now, and this, that. I'm mad that it's habit for me because I wouldn't say it. I respect and understand what happened to my great grandmother and my grandmother back then, and so forth and so on. Through the riots and all of that, hanging and castration and raping and all that stuff. I understand all that, and I don't try to disrespect in any type of way. Yeah. But people, because somebody's always blaming something on somebody else but themselves, and anytime there's an inkling or a drop of anything that has contaminated whatever, you have a chance. So if we had a black person president, nobody has no excuse no more.
Yeah.
There are black people, trillionaire, billionaires, or whatever the hell. We have no excuse no more. People get mad at somebody that came to me today. Man, they wouldn't give me the job because there's nothing wrong with it. People made it into a racist thing, but that's how things supposed to go. Because if these are my brothers, we all black, and most likely we're gonna grow up in an all black area. So if I have a great job, what I would consciously want to do is let him know about it and let him know about it, and then boom, and just keep doing it like that. So, but when Jewish people do it, and then when the Rothschilds, well, I can't even say the Rothschilds because they've been screwing in within their own family for a long time now.
You've been watching some YouTube.
So, I mean, it is what, dude. they keep it in the family. They're not gonna take the
You've
risk.
been up at 3 a.m.
No, they're not gonna take.
Hold
the
on, I
risk.
got one for you though. Dog. I got one for you. There's some new info. I started to tell you about this last night. Some new info on the Vegas shooting. The mass murder of 58, 59 people killed by Stephen Paddock, supposedly, man. So, and the reason why I say that is because it's conspiracy theory type territory. You know what I'm saying? And I know you be up at 3 a.m. like, oh, really? I didn't even know that. I ain't know that. Yo, so here it is. Here's the new details. Then we got to get into some real shit. All right. Stephen Paddock booked both rooms, 134 and 135. What was it at the Mandalay Bay? All right. And both of these rooms were connected by that little door in the middle. You know what I'm talking about? All right. There's an Australian dude that claimed that he booked 134 and he was in the room connected to the person that was doing the shooting, which was Stephen Paddock. Number 3, after the shooting stopped, the connecting door was deadbolted, alerting the staff. Did y'all know that? When you click that shit lock,
I have no clue.
that means it's locked. So
No, I
here's
know that, yeah.
they found some gloves on the bed at 134. They found Stephen dead at 135. They found some gloves on the bed at 134. The middle door locked, which means somebody had to come through there and lock it. Put the gloves. It was like it's not like somebody pulled them out of a suitcase or nothing. They was like boom, boom. And here's the kicker: the Australian dude did an interview like, "Oh my God, I was the guy next door to the guy that was doing the shooting in Vegas." Blah blah blah. U.S. authorities never questioned them, but they did find out that Stephen Paddock's wife and this Australian dude used to work in a casino in the Philippines.
So, which means what?
Somebody else was in that fucking room, which means what? This.
He didn't believe me when I tried to explain.
No. That's not my point, though. Here's my big point, though. Okay, in today's time and what's going on, this is reminiscent of what we do in other countries. Starting a civil war. First, you have somebody shooting a bunch of Trump supporters at a cowboy concert. The only brother that got shot was security or a cop. They didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? What kind of luck is that? I ain't never gonna say I'm not lucky. No, not never ever. How you get clipped? Anyway,
no, they talked about that when it was going down.
But here's my point. Let me finish up so we can move on. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off. But here's my point. Okay, they hit a bunch of Trump supporters, but they keep it quiet. They say he has no motive. All right? Because if they said the motive was he was trying to hit Trump supporters, it would have been pandemonium. All right? So now you got somebody, Sayok or whatever, Caesar Sayok, mailing bombs to top prominent Democratic people. Obama.
I knew that was going to start happening.
This is the precursor. I said all that shit to say this is the precursor to civil war, dog. This is it.
I already know it.
Two sides is hitting each other,
and a lot of people don't know or even understand. You should be able to see it now. Even with the Black Lives Movement, it's real funny that a lot of people just go back and look. It'll be really weird that this, like Legend just said, the dude was from Australia. The dude that filmed the Rodney King beating was from Australia. The Black Lives Movement started from somebody from Australia.
I ain't even noticed that.
There's a couple of other things that I can get into, and somebody's from Australia, so there's some bullshit going on. But
what up, Frank?
But I was train of thought. But
but they was all from Australia.
No, I get that part. I'm trying to talk about the uprising
stuff
that will come to. It's going to start, and again, we're going to be the fat, lazy, out of shape group of people.
That's what they think about us now.
I already know it, but even though I firmly believe black people are just superhuman, super powers or whatever the hell of the earth, I just believe it. Um, somebody may muster up and try to save a couple of I'm going to say this, a couple of nigger bitches. Um, it's funny because women be always talking about how strong they are, but cut on any natural disaster on TV, and it's a bunch of men saving some women.
We was just talking about this.
We gotta get away from
week.
this shit.
I mean, because we were taking notice of all of these women who were like targeting men and just hating men, and I was like all these lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? From or these divorces. What was it? It was like 2 divorces this week from some sports figures. Like,
Yeah, Joel Embiid be next.
who?
Joel Embiid, he's engaged to this model or whatever.
But anyway, they we was like, man, they are really targeting these guys, man, and it was like, what you got to say about that?
I mean, it's the same story, different day. You know what I mean? At this point, it should be obvious at this point. There's enough data. There's enough examples to pretty much prove, what I mean, what we've been saying for the past decade.
That's a shame,
not more. So, I mean, I don't know. We're in a time now where either some get it or some don't. And like I've always said, whenever you have a situation or any issue, you have a small window to deal with that issue before that issue starts to deal with you. And we missed our window a long time ago, and the issues we have, they're now dealing with us.
Yeah, and they keep getting set back too with a lot of.
Yeah, so now it's about
behavior.
who gets it and who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The people still talking about there's hope, this and that. They're now that mindset is now a contribution to the problem also, because they're just pacifying or putting a band-aid, if you may, on whatever the issues are, instead of actually realizing what the problem is and doing something about it. So
that's why I try to explain to a lot of people. They get down on me and us for the nasty words or whatever. That's why I try to explain anytime I bring up any issues or anything that we talk about, I try to defend Black Men Vent. I try to explain to people like there ain't no time for me to be trying to handle things with kitten hands or gloves or however the saying go, or try to talk about it nicely. We're in a fucked up way as of the tan culture, or for the sensitive people. We're in a fucked up way, and in order to shed light on anything, you got to say that hoe is a hoe. You got to say this dude is a bum, because back in the day, when shit worked, I don't know why people were like, yo, old school. Yeah, it worked back then. So you can't really say anything about it. On a block, when it was a hoe, they ran the hoe off the block because the people that had nice homes and their husbands was coming to
that
the
was when
crib
hoes were bad.
Cutting the grass and all that shit. They was like, we don't want that shit because we know our husband's going to go and fuck the neighborhood hoe. So we don't get this bitch up off the block. We got to do the same thing nowadays.
But they fought for their rights. So
right.
Sluts can have their walk.
Right. So sluts can have their walk. And today we have situations where, what's the cop that just went on trial for the
Van Dyke.
The Van Dyke case in Chicago, if you haven't heard about it. So now we have all these people, and it's still, his sentencing is it this next week? It's next week, right? No, November. I'm sorry, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. So y'all watch the news because y'all may see some fireworks. It's people out here standing up for somebody who was running from police for a while. They have been chasing him for a while, wielding a knife at some particular point in time. Has a criminal record, all that good stuff. And people was out there cheering for because he got shot up 94 million times. And I get it. He didn't have to. Nobody, all the other officers didn't even have their gun out. Somebody got out and started shooting them. I get it. I really, really, really get it. But people, we have to stop turning a blind eye, especially black men, because being that we're so, I know we tough and strong and all that shit, and we can come out on top, but we have to inform one another. You know, something you may say may trigger me, you know, him and him and him and all that stuff, and may get me to understand. That's why it's important to keep people around you that ain't stupid and all that good stuff. And but we have to stop. We have to stop at some particular point in time blaming shit on other people. You can't and understand what's going on. You know, they have an agenda. They've always had an agenda for us. Whether you believe it or not, I mean, you don't even have to believe us. Go look as documented. It's videos about the CIA that we plan on, and they bluntly say it. Yeah, we plan on fucking niggas up. You know, we plan on putting dope in the neighborhood and let's fuck them up. You know, all that shit got planned because there's a higher power, or there's a higher power, and there's a higher understanding, higher being, and all that stuff. But the people that control the system that we live in, they have an agenda. Just like when they came over here and stole this shit, they have an agenda, and we have to start thinking outside of that shit, man.
But here's the thing, dog. Here's the thing.
And say women don't do that. And no, bitch, don't. No, your children, they need love and affection. They don't need. They don't need to walk in the room and while the dude covering his dick up because you sucking it. They don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Or the 12-year-old. I don't know if y'all seen her this week. That's pregnant. They get raped by some pastor or something, and somebody's gonna turn a blind eye to that, and they letting the little girl have a baby. That is one of the most sickest fucking things. And now that this girl's body gonna be torn apart, and she can't, and possibly may not be able to even enjoy having a child with a meaningful, child with somebody down the line because she got raped by some dude because her mother was a piece of shit. Damn. And women be like, "Oh, that ain't we didn't." But y'all claim you're so strong and you're so educated and you mature faster than us, and everything, all of this shit that y'all claim. And y'all turn around and fuck these children up as a result of and y'all think it's an accolade for you all for whatever reason. I don't understand why, but your child is dressed half naked. Like I always bring up Delicious' daughter. Your mama, if you're seeing this, your mama is a sex object and she sells her sex objectness and or booty.
That's up for us to care about. They don't give a shit about that shit.
No, I know that shit, but this is the shit I try to tell dudes. Don't simp out.
They're like, yo, where the money at? What I gotta do for it? That's what that life is right there.
Or slide in or going in. If you want to see the rest of this video, you have to. don't fall for that. None of that bullshit that these women be out here trying to simp you out to, or you ain't a real man, you ain't got no money, you ain't no man. If you was a man, you would sign up to my thing so you can pay me $9 a month so you can watch the same one twerking video for the rest of your life. And I'm getting you goofies. Stop supporting.
Yeah, don't do that.
this sour ass. That's the best way I can put it. I don't know. Yeah, sour milk, spoiled ass milk, fucking shit that these bitches be throwing out. Stop supporting that shit. I'm trying to clean up my Instagram right now because it's just long overdue. But you have to stop. Don't just say something. They'll call you rude, and the typical thing is to not say nothing so you can say if you're in a room full of women, they can, you'll be the one that say the hoes. You can get some pussy after everybody else say the negative stuff.
So what do you say to these? To these new age neo.
I just try to tell them get their education.
No. I'm talking about like the females.
I don't tell them shit. Let them motherfuckers burn. They need to. These new females out here, they need to get it. Since females don't understand the power that they have, now it's left up to the men who have been taught and lost their way. So now you have to be able to not simp out because females are treating you like shit. I got pussy, you better get it. No, I don't know. I better not get it. I don't know if you understand what's going on out here. Yeah, it's nice. You got a fat ass just like the rest of the bitches with a fat ass. So what's the difference? Why are you different? So we have to teach men as one another, and then there's a lot of men out here that are taught, okay, you're not allowed to say certain things to women because they're women. And they have this stature and all that good shit. No, we're being left behind. Especially black men, but all men we all being left behind. So we have to get with one another. and say, yeah, my wife, my life, I almost killed myself, or I almost did this, or that shit is happening out here. And we don't have nobody to talk to because we got to get back to on the grind the next morning because we got to take care of a bill, a baby, or a house or something, whatever the case may be. So we don't have time for that shit. Women can do whatever the fuck they want, and then they sit up here complaining about somebody not getting paid more than whatever the hell, and when they can do whatever the fuck they want. You can do whatever the fuck they want. Frank, if you get somebody pregnant, sorry, because you can't do shit. You can't say yes, no, maybe so. You can have this baby or not. You can't say shit. Whatever that bitch decide, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And the same thing in life.
So
if a female steps up and she can ran across you in passing and said that's my kid's father, they're gonna hit your fucking ass until you go to court and be like, and then they're like, oh no, you weren't really the baby. Oh. And then you be like, can I get my money back though? We no. And and you suffer at the hands of some fucking retarded ass woman. So this is why if you find yourself in a place where you can't turn down pussy because it's a bitch like, I know you gonna come and get it's pussy. Sorry. It's vagina. It's been dumbed down now. The stock is gone. I had to tell somebody this earlier. I'm like,
is it Virginia or Virginia?
Virginia, North Dakota, whatever.
Kind of mixed them two up, man. I wanted to ask y'all opinion on a meme we put up today on our Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, BlackMenVentTV. There was a meme up there with a hand that said that if Black women are the greatest women, why are they the least married? Because we're all about investigating, why Black families have been decimated in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Let everybody else tell it they not.
We think that family is the unit of community. The communities are unities of the nation, right? All right. I said that wrong, but what you think, Doc?
Yeah, but they get the gist. It's I don't know, man. It's an old song at this point. I mean, women have to be taught how to love their men or their husbands, and the way that they learn is by observation from their father and mother, being raised as children. So if they grow up in a single parent home, then obviously they cannot be taught how to, love or respect or appreciate their men. And we're living in the result of that, especially in the Black community. And I've said it before, if any man treated women bad, just if any man treated women the way majority of Black women treat Black men, society would quickly say he is not fit to be a father to any daughter, because look at how he doesn't.
Can you give us an example?
He doesn't respect women. Just plain and simple. Like if he treated women on average the way most women treat men, just on a regular basis, they will quickly say he's not a fit father. He shouldn't be raising a daughter. I feel sorry for the little girl.
Like one example of how, like women like the flip flop. What you talking about?
Well, I mean, the fact that they ignore you, whatever. If you try to make their acquaintance, they just be rude to you, whatever. Just no common decency. Just the basic,
okay.
They like the basic fundamentals, whatever you want to call it. So, but on the flip side, if you pay attention to how the average everyday woman treats the average everyday man, it's shameful. It's horrible. It's uncivilized.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's uncivilized. So yet these women who are treating these men this way on a regular basis are raising little boys.
Yeah.
So it's like, but no one examines that. You know what I mean? No one says, hey, if she treats men this way on a regular basis, how is she raising a son? So when you look at the aftermath of it, these little boys grow up into manhood. You can clearly see the transformation. Especially Black men, you could tell that their mothers never instilled any self-worth or self-value into them.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear, especially,
how can they though? How could
exactly? I agree. We hear, especially Black men all the time saying, I don't have no money, I ain't shit. And that sounds just like something a Black female would say.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and he observed his mom referring to men like that his whole life. So that's his understanding. He's already
That's who he
defeated.
thinks he is.
Exactly. He's
Right.
already defeated. And this has been going on more so
He's already
than a
been
little.
defeated.
Right. So with that being said, that plays a huge part as far as why the black race is in the condition that it's in. And it's unfortunate that we live in a society that will blame everything under the sun, except say, hey, you will never hear anyone, especially mainstream media, say, hey, these women need to be better women to their husbands or men or whatever, and better mothers to their children. You
Oh
would never
no,
hear
not that. Anything but that.
They'll blame music. They'll blame men.
They'll
blame
make
the
up
weather.
some shit to believe.
Yep. They'll
You know
blame
what I'm
anything.
saying? Like, what are like the top 5? Your mama black. You hate your mama.
You ain't get no pussy. You ain't got no money.
You ain't got no money.
And I mean,
they'll make up some shit. It can't be me.
And here's the thing.
This is how narcissistic that shit is. It can't be me.
And you know what? It's unfortunate.
I'm gonna make up some shit that
it's
I'd rather believe rather than the truth.
Right.
And I'm gonna run with that shit.
Right. And it's
You know what I'm
unfortunate.
saying? What kind of shit is that, dude? That's some crazy.
It's unfortunate because that means that the problem is you can't fix it.
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like you said before, if you have a flat tire, you're not going to blame the headlight.
Right.
And that's exactly what's been going on. So, and that's why I've been saying forever and a day, it's over with, because we have an issue. The issue has been addressed. It's been exposed to try to help the community, to try to help our people or society as a whole. But instead of them realizing that, it's just.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying, what we was talking about earlier, how these guys who were like retired NFL or sports stars or whatever, and their wives were divorcing them, taking the kids and half the money and all of that. And we were like, man, all this dude did all his life was try to build this life for his family. And then like after the 10 years, she going in and boom, victimize him. And that's just like, that's evil, man. You know what I'm saying? How could you do that? But then you have these women over here saying, well, maybe he was abused, maybe. And then we got us over here like, damn, that's fucking foul. You know what I'm saying?
Women typically go through the same shit. I've tried to explain to a couple of the younger kids at work that they're going through crap with women. And I try to explain to them, I'm like, women typically, I'm stop. I ain't gonna be women. All women, it's the same shit. They going through the same shit. They got the same dumbass story. Some dude did them. They didn't do shit. Some did them wrong or whatever the hell.
They last 7 relationships. It was all the guys' fault,
last
right?
42, and these are women, gentlemen. Men approach women, as much as you change socks every day or more. So men approaching the hell out of women. So these men that these women are, all the men are wrong. Ain't none of them good enough. And they all have, and it's weird that they all have the same story. Some dude wasn't gay enough or not to say anything about gay people. It's just,
Why does everybody always backtrack about that,
because
man?
they so
why you always gotta be like, make the disclaimer, not to say anything about gay people?
Because you and it's messed up that you have to do that now, because somebody will come in and take your job. You ain't even you don't even have to be.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't even have to be
fucked up though.
You don't even have to be like a upper echelon group member or anything like that. You can say the simplest thing.
That's a lot of power though.
And some gay person will take offense to it, or a woman take offense to it, and then your whole life is done. You'll get fired because they'll start researching your Facebook and all that crap and be like, oh, he's a
oh my god, what the hell happened to this?
You know what? Terrorist, and he's a
time out. I'm gonna say something really off the rails right now. Okay, but do you remember a time when this shit did not exist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was it back then? Was it peaceful? Was it nice?
It was wonderful. I mean, I try to tell a lot of people, and they frown upon me when I tell them I don't have a problem with the nigger word. I'm like, no, I don't have a problem.
I'm just saying, like, what would you say? Like, hold on, man.
This is that.
This is like in the 80s, you felt pretty good. It was just us against the Russians then. And
what with you with the Russians? You always the Russians.
But anyway, it was nice before all this social media and
You could say what you want
Yeah,
to say.
the moral
and-
code was
and-
intact.
the moral code, family was okay.
Mhm.
Cooking dinner for your husband was not sexist. You know what I'm saying? There was
Or
only
slavery.
2 genders. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. So why do you think that African, because I told you I was going off the rails, right? Why do you think that African Americans get upset when they hear "Make America Great Again"?
I think they're just following somebody, following what somebody else says, because we are some of the smartest, uneducated group of people I've ever seen in my life. I've seen so much genius, and looking at some of the history of certain things that were invented, we are exceptional people, and a lot of people don't get it because you're not raised that way, and
Good point.
that that's the best way I could put it. I mean,
Yeah, to kind of piggyback on what Big Country was saying, to answer your question, Legend. Black people as a whole have gotten used to being told what to do
yeah,
instead of like, for an example, you talk about it all the time. The media tells a lot of weak-minded people how to think.
Right.
They see it on TV and they go with it.
That's
Yeah.
why they was hacking Facebook.
And a lot of them lack
so you make money.
they lack critical thinking. They lack a certain level of comprehension.
Exactly.
You know, they can't, for some reason, they don't want to dissect or whatever it is to get to the actual truth of it.
Mhm.
And when some come along that does, they hate you for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, and Denzel said it on one of his interviews. He said, "Man, it's no longer about truth. You guys just want to get it out there first, even if it's a lie.
I watched that one.
Yeah,
I just want to get it
yeah.
out there." So when they hear "Make America Great Again," like for an example, people started hating Trump as soon as he got elected as president. But before that, everyone wanted to be like him.
Yeah, people rapping about him.
Yeah,
rapping
everyone
about
wanted to
kicking
be
it
like
with
him.
and all
And
that-
it's like,
all that
you don't
type
even
of
know this guy, but yet you hate him.
Damn,
and-
that's a good point.
And it's like people want to, for some reason, they thought that it was a difference between Trump and Hillary. I'm like, you realize there's no difference. They have their own agenda. They're going to support whoever financed them. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, well, as far as that "Make America Great Again" and people get mad at that, someone told them to be mad at it. Someone gave them a fabricated idea of what they believe it stood for, what it meant to them. And people just went with it.
Yeah, it is very scary to me that the media it's like, remember those cartoons back in the day where they had like the little swirly line on TV, and it's like, this is how I'm gonna
That's what
control the
happened.
world, haha. And then people's eyes
know
will
that's
be
documented.
swirling,
That's documented too.
and then people will be like, I do whatever the fuck the TV tell me. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That shit is happening.
It's going down. Yep.
Like I took a break from
TV and cell phones.
from just regular TV in general. I was just watching Netflix documentaries for like a year or so.
Yeah, I
And
hardly
I
even
wasn't
watch it.
watching. I didn't know what the hell Love and Hip Hop was or whatever. But I noticed that the wave of a way people were thinking,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I wasn't on rhythm with that because I wasn't being exposed to this thing that
Exactly.
the majority of our people was being.
Mhm.
So different things started being accepted among them that I wasn't ready to
That you were
accept yet.
Foreign to you. Yep.
Like, for example, the side nigga, the side bitch.
Mhm.
Like, I kept seeing memes about that.
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like-
a proud side.
Yeah, I was
bitches out.
like, yo, that's not cool. You cheating and you
Right.
accept they cheating and you accept that. It was
Yeah.
like a lot of females that was like, I'm the main bitch, at least. And the side bitch was like, yo, that's why he need a side bitch. I'm like, what kind of culture is this? I don't understand this. But then after going back and looking at some of the shows, I was like, oh shit, they was watching this. Like Love and Hip Hop was like on season 8 last time I checked. And I was like, they got all types of fucking different places and shit.
Shit,
Yeah.
it looked like a virus.
Full of trash.
Let
You
me-
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
and I
that's a-
missed it all.
Yeah, and that's a good point. TV is the main what's what I'm looking for
Influence.
vehicle. You know, as
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
how they start to desensitize you for whatever it is that they're going to usher in next. So, like you stated, all the gay stuff. Every TV show has something gay in it.
Shoot, commercials.
Yeah, commercials, everything, even the cartoons. And they started this a long time ago. And most people don't have strong minds. So
Right,
once they
yeah.
see it and it's repeated, And people understood the psyche of the human brain a long time ago. You know, once you keep seeing it over and over and over and over, you become
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
how we
nothing-
learn. We
Right, there's
learn by
nothing unusual to you.
repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, like what you watch on TV eventually rubs off on you and becomes a part of your psyche. You know what I mean? And I got turned off by TV a long time ago. The
Yeah.
most I watch is some of the games, and other than that, I'm just YouTubing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, it's all bad, man. Like in TV, they obviously project the men like they're stupid, they're inferior to women, this and that. They're either gay, whatever the case may be.
Some
Or-
agenda is being pushed.
Yeah,
Here's the
it's
thing
just-
about
Yeah, that's why
And here's
I told her the powers that be, they have the agenda. Whatever their agenda is, that's
Yep.
what we're until the cycle gets broken.
It's all satanic, man.
No, I completely
I-
already
yeah,
understand that
I
and
would
completely
not.
agree.
I'm almost about to say that.
No, just go ahead and say it, dog. Because I've been telling you, and you be
I don't
like,
wanna
no,
say it though, man.
it's cool, dog. It's cool. I mean, you have to go back, and you could call everybody a conspiracy theorist or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
All of this crap is documented. So what do you say after that? There's a documented plan by the CIA, the government, the powers that be to destroy the black community, and they said we're gonna start by doing with the woman, and you get all these black women. No, and they just say, and I'll be like, but this is their plan. They bring in the welfare reform, and y'all bitch.
They don't.
Well,
They
checkmate.
don't listen, man, and that's the big problem right there. When you don't listen, like I always try to tell people,
Frank, they
when
the largest consumer. Period. Between black women and women, period, they're the consumers.
when you are, trying to debate with somebody, you're trying to make them understand your point. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. They're trying to do what? Make you understand their point, right?
Right.
So we think. What if you're trying to make them understand your point and they're trying to make you like not understand their point, just not understand your point?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a common sense type of thing, but it got lost.
My question is though, is like, how do you get somewhere with somebody that's dedicated to not trying to understand your point?
You can't. You can't get anywhere. There's some pain has to take place, and this is a lot of people don't understand. Like I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and a lot of their parents don't believe in striking them. Let me say it like that to be polite. We live in a system, a society where the people of tan, complex, especially the men, we have a bunch of other shit to face out in the street in the world than you all do. Most black females don't understand. All the motherfucker want is pussy from you. I don't care if he's white, purple, yellow, whatever the case may be. That's all they want is pussy. So you don't have to deal with somebody's trying to kill us every day. Somebody's just trying to fuck you guys every day. That's it. But somebody's trying to kill us every day. So imagine having to every
They act like they got it bad. Like
right. They act like somebody's really, really
me.
oppressing them.
I'm such a fucking victim.
Somebody's really, really oppressing them. Imagine having to go to the bathroom like people do all day. A lot of people like to hold it at work or whatever the hell. Imagine having to hold it and look for somebody to come and kill you. That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of farting and burping and all type of shit trying to hold that shit in. There's a whole bunch of shit that got to take place to do all of that. And every day, black men are faced with okay, we're portrayed as some type of animal. Somebody might try to blow my fucking head off tomorrow. Or we're portrayed as, having dicks like cabooses. And then, so dudes afraid of, no, you ain't get that nigger near my wife. It's so many things that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis and still stay
But
sane.
hold on, let's question. You remember the question? How do you get somewhere with somebody who was dedicated?
Yeah, I mean, you like Big Country said, you can't. I mean, it's unfortunate that when you know what you want, or when you know who you are, you become alienated from those who don't. Automatically, like I said, everything comes with the price. I mean, and I can't say it enough. Imagine, not even imagine, we were enslaved for however many centuries by these certain group of people. Fast forward, not even 50 years, and our women run right back to these same people who did all this inhuman stuff to us and use them to strip us of our children and of our rights. To these same people who enslaved us. You know what I mean? But then yet they'll go right out and try to march for racial injustices. But then you run right back to these same racist cops or the same racist system that you talk about, that you march against, that you preach against every day, and use them against your own men. You've taken a sword against your own people, against the people who enslaved us. So when they try to come out and feel like they have a credible opinion or whatever, it's all offensive.
And I was thinking today, even on top of that, like because I had to do some child support stuff, not for me, but in the pay system, in the payroll system.
I'm about to say, you want to?
And I was man.
Okay.
But I had to do that, and I was like, they don't have no choice. And I was like, I saw all the fees. They was like, for every day you don't deduct this money from their check, we're gonna fine you $100. And it's, if you don't do it by this, it's $100. It's this fee. Now I'm the employer. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tax your ass if you don't put this shit down on his ass.
Yep.
And I'm like, black women are feeding black men to this system.
Yep.
Like a conveyor belt.
Yep.
And blaming it on us.
And they're blaming the system.
They ain't even blaming
funny.
the system. They just blaming it on us.
Yeah,
Whatever
and the system.
I mean, they work with the system. That's hand in hand with the system,
Right.
whether they trying to or not.
They don't understand that part. They don't
The
understand.
system can't function without their participation.
They
Exactly.
don't get it. They think this is
They
what
get
they're
it.
normally supposed to do.
I don't think they give a fuck.
No, because about that system part, females don't get it. A lot of shit. These women, these motivational bullshit ass speeches women give each other. No, that's all.
Does knowing the system have anything to do with their goals and their wants? No. So they don't give a fuck about no system.
Yes, because the system told women, you ain't shit unless you do this, that, and the other, and they place things in place where to show. And it's just, and
I disagree. I think the system told them, you independent, you don't need no man.
Right, but that's all. That's all. There's an agenda behind that. That's for the elite to go and play with these. They trying to make women stupider.
Did they have a choice in that though?
Then they already are.
Yeah.
Did they have a choice in
Yes.
Who?
The women, yes.
Did the women have a choice in it?
The women we all have a choice. Women just went for the bait.
So how can you really solely place blame on the system
Easy.
when they have a choice?
Here's the thing.
We all have a choice. That's how the blame is easily placed. When we all have
But
a
I mean,
choice,
in order for crack to take over the neighborhood,
right, somebody got to choose it.
somebody has to
Right.
choose to sell it. Somebody has to choose to take it.
No, it
Or
ain't even.
buy it.
It's not even the selling part. I could try to sell you whatever. I hate salesmen, but I can try to sell you whatever it is. I'm selling widgets. I'm selling you a widget. You can either say yes or no, and that determines if this widget gonna be popular or not. So if I'm selling this independency or that that women have and
the strong and
the strong whatever the crap, if I'm selling that shit, once one female, because this is how one of the strengths that females don't even realize that they have, why they always trying to have our shit, but women will unconsciously just support other women for whatever reason. It's an emotional reason or whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm selling one of these goofy ass bitches a pipe drink, I'm gonna go zillionaire and this is that and the other woo 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 woo, and she go
Spell that last woo.
woo 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 woo, and she go, and then if she get any joy out of it, then she go tell the next bitch, and the next bitch after that. It's like having sex. It's a bunch of women out here. Girl, get out here and try you a couple. Not why, but for what? If this is the only dick that you know for the rest of your life, you have no comparison. What is the problem? Right. You have no comparison.
It's got to be a.
So what do you need to go out here and try 50 million dicks for? For what?
It's got to be a snake in the apple somewhere in there. In
Yeah,
the reason for that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't make excuses. You know, I mean, regardless if they know um, uh, what the system is about or not, the consequence will be the same anyway.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's just be honest. We know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's not like the system is saying, "Hey, cool, we'll help you guys out. You know, we'll place you both in a work program, whatever." It's the complete opposite of that. You know what I mean? And the women run to this program or to the system knowing this, knowing what the outcome is going to be. Like, yeah, get them. So with that being said, they don't care about their kids because whatever you do to the father, you're doing to the child anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like I stated before, there is no more black race. You can kill that. It's already over with. Anytime you have a bunch of people who can't even dance together. You know, if one group of people say, "Hey, I'll never approach these people based on their gender," you don't have a race. So, and I think black people just talk about the black race when it's convenient.
I think it's like a style or like a fad.
Yeah,
it's just it's like an identity. Like when you in high school,
exactly.
You look in the mirror, you like, who am I?
Right.
Or I'm a stoner.
That's all it is.
Or I'm an emo. Or I'm a pro-blacker. Or
it's no different than a design on a t-shirt.
Really, because the reason why I have a problem with pro-blackers and stuff like that is because what they're saying, what they're doing is having no effect on anything. It's like a facade. It's like a style. Like you see these memes with black people hugged up and loving each other. It's always a tatted up dude, jail tats, hugging his girl aggressively or something like that. It's always some fantasy that not a lot of us know to be true, or not. If that is what black love is, I've never seen that shit last forever. I've never seen no old ass gangster grandpa and grandma like, yeah, we used to fuck them niggas up. Remember that?
Yeah, okay.
No, you know what I'm saying? That shit, that image don't match to me. Okay, so when people say, we need to do this and we need to do that and we need to do that, whatever you saying, there's no action behind it. You're not doing it. There's some people that are doing it who are not taking credit for it.
Yep.
And y'all motherfuckers don't support them.
Yes, sir, Frank.
I mean, here's the thing. You got some brothers out there that are trying to hold women accountable, and now they're starting to realize that it can never happen. They'll never heed.
I ain't giving that shit.
They'll never heed it for the sake of anything. They're starting to realize that.
Hold it. Yo, it's on one hand, girls rule the world, right? But you can't have a baby without one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll be like, without no him, there would be no him if it was no you, girl. Like they just like nature.
That's
like nothing grows without the seed.
Right. That's that shit I was talking about earlier.
Well, man, I didn't mean to go tangent and cut you off, man. I cut him off, man. Let him go.
With the women stupid ass support of one another. That's just the thing I was talking about. A woman would not correct another woman in any way, shape, or form. The chick could be married and they'll be celebrating the fact that go fuck the nigga, your husband will never know type of ordeal. Dudes, we can't control one another, but let's say I just don't know. It's a bunch of people out here that just don't know.
You'd be surprised.
And then all it would take is a small conversation to spark something, and now they know. Because people have brain farts all the time, and shit fucking happens, and you may not be thinking consciously like that, and then you'll get a group, you'll be listening to a group, you're like, damn, that's what I was trying to think about. That's what I was saying about earlier, and that'll cause you to move forward. But you have these children now, all this silly ass shit that these women be pushing out here, trying to regurgitate this bullshit, so they can benefit off of it, and it comes out that it's a suffering tool to make them suffer because they don't understand their natural role in life, and bitches suffer. I had to watch an interview with a chick. She's like, yeah, I went to college, I got the degree, I got the big job and everything, and after that, the drive went away. And so she was like, I missed out on having children because she was 48. So I missed out on having children in the family, chasing this bullshit. And once I got it, there was nothing else after it. She said, yeah, I make. She's like, yeah, I make 200 and whatever.
I mean, right now, dude. Right now, you
And
preaching to the choir, dude. You know, like we know this shit. We know the story. We done heard it like 50 million times. You know what I'm saying? Like people are not fulfilled with material things and money and all of that. And the shit always goes to shit in the movies too. Like, why is everybody acting surprised? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you see a lot of your most famous people, like the chick this week that accused Cosby, the first supermodel, whatever. She looked like Bruce Jenner right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The world is gonna catch up.
somebody put her up to that crap.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't want to read.
Yeah, she kept in contact with him anyway. And if somebody sexually harassed you, man, you don't keep in contact with that person.
Once again, it was the media that swayed that.
Yeah, it's a bunch of BS. You know,
there was no proof in the case, but yet everybody you see, and you know that shit pissed me off. They be like, why Charlie Sheen out here giving people AIDS and killing people, and Bill Cosby in jail? Because y'all turned his back. But y'all turned y'all back on him when he told y'all to pronounce your words and pull up your pants.
Yeah, they got mad at him.
Speak. And then y'all was like, oh, he airing our dirty laundry. So when he got accused, they was like, nah, that's what you get. Who wants to be a black leader? Right. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody try to step up and be a leader, y'all strike them the fuck down.
Yeah,
y'all try to find something in this past or some reason not to follow this motherfucker because you're lazy and you're stupid and ignorant.
Well, because they've been taught to hate black men.
You know, we sit up here and we talk about family and the things that's preventing black people from having family, and the pro-blackers hate us. You know what I'm saying? We saying, yo, if you want to find family, you have to plant your seed in fertile ground. Okay, you have to go where they know about family and raising kids. You don't want to fuck up and be in child support court and divorce court and going through all that shit. All right. We try to tell people that, and people hate us for that shit. Who do you think hate us though?
I mean, yeah, it's like this, man. I mean, and we've done it before. As a black man, you can stand up and say all the right things, and they're gonna attack you and throw stones at you. You can have a black woman come right behind that black man, say exactly what he said. They're gonna praise her.
Yeah,
plain and simple. And
I don't know. You know what? Most of the time, but I remember that one time with old girl in the laundry room. I forgot her name. And she put black women on blast.
Or if not,
after her, and she made another video after that saying, this shit is toast. This shit done.
Yep.
Once you tell motherfuckers and you be critical, trying to help them, and they go ahead and attack you back, the motherfuckers is fried, died, and laid to the side.
Yep. Or they'll just perpetuate it. They won't say anything at all, if not much. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, and that's what we've been saying for the longest. When you give someone constructive criticism and they believe they are above reproach, you can't help them. That situation is done. It's over with. It would never progress, because the only way you can progress is to admit your mistakes, admit where your flaws are, so you can correct it and move forward.
If you can't fix it,
and it's real simple.
Yeah, if you can't face it, you can't fix it.
Yep.
If they don't see a problem, when me or you can look outside and see a problem.
Yeah, that's our men natural instinct. Somebody pimping these hoes out here, and they got it's like hurting. Some of the bitches got out of the hurt.
Yeah.
And the majority of the bitches got out of the hurt.
I think them bitches like made it look real classy to be outside of the herd, and then lured other bitches outside of the herd. Now it's cool to be outside of the herd, but outside of the herd they don't eat, so they got to do other vicious things
I mean,
to survive.
At this
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just really, really, it's redundant at this point, because the problem is that when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, when you come across someone, you know better, and the moment you hear them speak, you're like, okay, they don't get it. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know. I can try to invest in the situation to try to stick around so they can possibly get it, but at the cost of what?
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they don't, and if they end up not getting it, then you can't blame anyone but yourself, because you knew better.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where we are right now. There are a few of us who get it. We're scattered out, and that's why I said we're beyond the point of return. There is no hope anymore, because none of us in here are going to sacrifice our time for someone who possibly may or may not get it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's too
'cause
late for that.
yeah, at the cost of what? So in 2018, for people who are still sitting and having this endless debate about what needs to be this and that, it's a joke at this point. It's all
Yeah.
entertainment
Really.
because that discussion is outdated. It's already over with. The clock already reads 0,
Like,
0,
you
0.
don't get it, stupid. You don't. You
Yeah,
where
it's
the
already a
fuck you
done
been
deal.
at, and you didn't get it.
It's already a done deal.
But
So
yeah, and that ties into let's be frank. He said all they had to do was go back to the back in the day. I'm guessing back in the day to where the
60s
woman
and
just had to
70s.
stay by her man and family.
No,
A lot
the
of people,
1870s, the 1920s, the 1940s, and the 60s. Those dates were where
yeah, women
certain
stood.
things get implemented by law. Like the 60s, that's when the welfare reform hit.
Yeah, so all they had to do
Feminism
is
came into
say
play in
no to the
1920.
system and
Right.
stick by a man. But that goes to show for even today when immigrants come in here and they go for public assistance and all of that, they can get the same thing. Yo, you get more money if you're just a woman here with your kids, but if you're a woman here with your husband and your kids, you get less money. But hey, here's a secret: if you throw the man out of the house, we'll give you some more money.
yeah,
What you gonna do? Keep the man? Is the man valuable, or is the money more valuable than the man?
what is that? Tanner Williams.
Yeah.
They don't want a solution, man. That's a smoke
No.
screen.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
That's a smoke screen. They don't want a solution. That's just them trying to say, "Hey, we are politically correct," but outside of that, they really don't care.
I mean,
And-
look at how they act. They say they want a good man, but you
Yeah.
always see them end up with the bad guy.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like the problem with that is, I get it. Everything now has been reduced to perspective or an ideal, or it's all subjective, and that's when you know it's a done deal, because that just push you.
Yeah.
It just push you in a circle. Like for an example, if Jesus appeared right now and told the world the truth, how many people would believe that?
Right.
How many people would still question that? But the problem with truth is it's unforgiving. It's not going to entertain somebody who doubts it or whatever the case may be.
Right.
It's not going to fold or bend to their understanding or their liking.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if you tell somebody who you are, you're going to give them your perspective as far as what you see in the mirror every day. They may get to know you and disagree completely. It doesn't make you a liar. In most cases, it's just perspective.
Right.
And the problem with that is the bar has been removed. As far as there was a bar that says, okay, above this is good, below this is bad.
Right.
For an example, that bar has been completely removed and it just made everything subjective. And now you got people talking about, well, that's your truth and that's your truth. So it's like, okay, if I came into your house and whacked your whole family and you go off and say, hey, Ken, why'd you do that? That's wrong. I turn around and say, that's your truth. That's respectable.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
It's like when you come across people like this, man, you just got to disengage, disassociate yourself from them. And like I always tell the fellas, don't make a mistake of believing that these women, especially black women, give a crap about you. They don't care.
Yeah.
You're nothing but if you're out here trying to be a good guy to them, you're being laughed at.
Yep.
Notice the only time they refer to you as a gentleman is when you go out of your way to do something nice for them. They pat. It's like something you do for a dog. If you go get your slippers, you pat them on the head, like good
That's
boy.
exactly it.
You're being taunted. You know what I'm saying?
I already know it, Frank.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
just understand exactly
Fucked up.
who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? They do not have your back. There is no support from them whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. They talk about their degrees, their education. Hey, great, but their communities, their families are in the worst position that they've ever been in. Probably
all
since
of them,
how many decades
jobs
ago?
and degrees and stuff like that. Everything that they pride themselves in, I notice is just for them though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
she could be like, "Yo, yeah, I make $1 million, but he better take me out because I'm traditional."
Every
This
household
kind of
has
stupid
their,
shit. I know
yeah.
other countries is looking at us like,
Every household has their
Americans
own
is-
idea of what tradition is, man. So that
say
I mean,
what? Say that again.
So every household has their own definition of what tradition is. Everyone was raised somewhat
No,
similar, but everybody
I meant-
has their
I meant to
own.
talk about that the last show.
Yeah, we going over too. We need
I
to wrap
know,
it up.
but I've been talking about that the last show. All we used to have was tradition. You know, our culture, our history got stolen from us as African American, whatever that. I just consider myself European, but
Professor Country.
so
You gotta hold your hand like this now when you talk.
No, I my deacon nap. Let me get my deacon.
Oh,
Okay. No, we we,
that
what
was
we
a
used to
lazy
have was
deacon
culture.
napkin though. That was like a six.
What we
on
used
the
to have
deacon
was
napkin.
culture, and the culture has been destroyed now. So we don't have shit now. Our history got stolen from us. Then we had the culture. Our everything that was a culture. Black people. Family reunions or the jumping of the broom and the marriage and all of that stuff. We had stuff that was, and it's gone now.
I think-
I run into women 1 minute she's a feminist, next minute she's traditional, and and that's usually what I see. I'm old school. If you old school, why you talking while I'm
Yeah, I
talking?
was saying you
Why you
can't
cutting me
pick
off?
and choose the old school. Like when they
Why
always
you
tell
outside
me that.
trying to lift this car to put a tire on it when you could be in there cooking? I could take care of that.
Right, that's our natural
Why?
positions, right? From the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Because our bodies are built for certain things.
Right.
This is not, but they care about certain things that we don't care so much about. Like you see cowboys sitting around in the desert eating a can of beans, having a good time. Do you think women can do that? I mean, they could do that, but do they want to do that? No.
Nope.
They want to have some good food. You always hear women talking about food. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we still going into our instinctual roles. You know what I'm saying? We still built to protect and provide. You know what I'm saying? But their I don't know, persona or
Yeah,
whatever.
their persona, they're spoiled.
They get to pick and choose what it is. Like if I don't have a job, I'm less than a man. Name something that if she doesn't do this, she's less than a woman.
Right.
Men don't say that.
I'll wait.
No, everybody was going to wait.
Everybody's gonna wait.
Somebody had posted something similar to this up on
No examination.
We have a laundry list of what we should be and what we should not do.
A laundry list means
and women have
list for laundry.
even longer laundry list of I'm not gonna date this guy because he's woo 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 because he's too nice or he's too whatever the hell. Men don't have. You will never run into a man that says she's too nice. I don't want to date her. Or she's too responsible.
Oh my God.
You'll never run into that.
We got
Women women because they're destroyed in the brain somewhere. They'll be like, I don't want to date. He's too nice of a guy. I don't want to date him.
So delusional.
Because women are afraid of they don't want to date somebody who they have to prove themselves on a day-to-day basis. They have to show what they're saying. So they get the dude that that's riding the couch, he playing PlayStation and fucking all day and eating up all the kids' fruit snacks. They picking that dude because they can control this guy. He has no ambition. He has no nothing.
Yeah.
All he can do is deliver the dick when you ask it and lie to you and bring you a couple of STDs and shit to the crib.
And a baby too. Don't forget the baby.
Oh yeah, there'll be a couple of babies in there. So females would rather deal with that and make themselves feel like they're King Jaffe Joe Fur, because feminists say so. You're gonna belittle this man because somebody raised this man from a boy to be nothing. So you're gonna choose this dude and say, "Oh, I like him because he's confident and he's disrespectful." And when we had Jazz that we had on the show, I had talked to her a long time ago because I was like, maybe she'll tell me the truth. And I asked her one day, I was like, "Why? I don't understand. Why would you ask Jazz
for the truth?" That's what
I just figured. I said, "Dude,
He did say it was a long time ago.
Maybe she won't." I said, "Maybe she won't lie. Maybe she'll tell the truth." And she told me the truth.
What was the truth?
I asked her about the thug dude. She said it's confidence. I said, "So you feel good and secure and nice when somebody lies to you and disrespects you? That makes you feel good?" And she was like, "It's the confidence." She said she don't care about the consequence of the attention,
and that's who's choosing
whether it be good or
the
bad.
Fathers of our next generation.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you have it, folks. And this is BlackMenVentTV
Mm-hmm.
for this week. Don't forget to like. Any last words? Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? BlackMenVentTV on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? At Big Country 138, at Quest07, at Mr. Legend, man. Don't forget to donate, and we'll holler at y'all. Yo, I want to hear about this in the we got a lot to talk about in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Yeah, I got some last words real quick.
Oh, you
man.
got something?
I got a couple
Okay,
too.
cool. Okay,
Just understand, man, everything comes with a price, fellas. Even if you understand it or not, there's a price for everything.
Fake piece.
Don't second guess yourself, man. Just
Mhm.
remember who you are, you know, and don't let somebody come and try to tell you what you're not.
Yeah, man. Be who you are to the end, man. You may feel like you're losing,
you be free,
losing
man.
something out of the deal with the way these females be acting.
You're gonna be free, man.
Man, understand your worth, man. You know, if a female coming to you, all she offering you is pussy. You feel proud that feel happy that you just got rid of a problem. It's like an early Christmas gift. You
Know
knew
your
what you
worth,
got.
man.
Okay, now you can be like, okay, I can fake it, or I can you can adjust. You
Know
know,
your
so
worth,
you know
man.
if you got a bum ass bitch in front of you, just take it for face value. Don't try to make it into something because you want some pussy. That's we can get that shit. Is the value of that is gone. We can get that whenever. Be a man. Be who you are.
All right then. That's what's up, man. We'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.